5 as we head here to the last stretch in this campaign. Like I said, only about 7 episodes or something more as we head into our last arc. But let's continue and finish off here at Goldfish. So please watch our recap and let's go.
In a town where the waves collide, Goldfish shines, it's where we reside. But shadows rise, there's a storm inside. Misfits gather for the coming fight. Norman grins from the depths unknown. An evil man sits upon his throne. The Orca King, his tide so cruel. We stand unfazed, we're breaking the rules. We are the Misfits, hearts untamed, fighting for goldfish. Never ashamed, we'll ride the waves. Cast fear aside, our courage burns like the ocean tide. Like the ocean tide.
Last time on Spicy and Dicey, the Misfits of Malla all experience Halmon having a flashback where he saw his past and reconnected with his barbarian ways and bursted out of his cage, and with the rest of the team, they all work together to take down the drow elf recruiter traitor Norman. However, it seems that Sakura was visited by her father, telepathically, who summoned her home to Olympus to leave her friends behind. She, however, didn't want to yet, and decided to stay, and he granted her the power of a godly wish, which she then used to help Wendeline revive her father. Belle then went to run and check on Sirus, but was shot in the foot with an arrow. Pete came over and pulled the arrow right out of her little foot. Pippa then reminded Wendeline as she healed Sirus to tell him about her true feelings, if she had any, and that life is short. Amalia then spoke with the Hallsworth astral projection about how she and him were now on different sides. He urged her to come back and perhaps marry his young son one day. She was disgusted, and he then told them that it doesn't matter, and he had located the statue of the last master in Zon. The building then began to crumble upon them. Halmon gathered up his Danny DeVito father, and they all managed with teleportation skills to get out of the crumbling building. Belle managed to find a weird little mouse living inside of her armor and in her hair as they escaped. Later that night, Sirus and Wendeline finally spoke, and he told her about his worry about the upcoming fight with Roland, and she urged him to not worry about it so much and try to enjoy the time if he had any left ahead of him. Then the next morning they all followed Astrum to the caves, where he and Pippa granted them the ability to swim underwater, where they encountered a large shark waiting for them. Now what will happen this week on?
So the team is underwater with like a megalodon shark right now. That is like a nightmare. That is literally one of my nightmares come true. And they got to get inside that cave to save the day. That's like a little cave. I'm sure they got to get in underwater.
Oh, damn. So this episode's kind of like a Mission Impossible. Get in there and make sure you get this bomb done before it explodes type of thing. In this case, it's free and a master before it's dead. Oh, Jesus. Where's Top Gun Maverick and what's his name? Tom Cruise plays in the other all of his movies that are all basically action the same. Oh, alright, let's play this beat.
All right, guys, you heard him. We got to get into this cave and get this shiz done. So the thing I believe is open, everybody, the map. As you can see now in the game, if you want to open up or can access your gameplay map in the D&D Beyond app, please do. As you can see, you are now underwater team. Halmon, you weren't here last time, Hollywood, but the team did indeed go after fighting Norman and all that. They tried to see if they could find, or at least Belle tried to see if she could find you a new leg. Halmon, she didn't find anything that she really wanted to use for your new leg. She's still on the lookout, But Belle, you did manage to find a little rat or a little mouse that was living inside of your armor. And you hadn't really noticed that this little mouse had just been like with you inside of your armor and in your hair, probably from being dug up in a grave, Belle. I'm assuming the mouse has just been living with you ever since, rummaging around your body. But Belle, unfortunately, you are underwater now with the rest of your group. And Sierra, if you don't mind, can you give me a Constitution save for your mouse? Because Belle, I don't know if you realize this, but mice can't breathe underwater.
What?
So the rest of
I
you
don't
all
think
have
so.
this.
I don't think that's true. Have you not
It's a
seen the
magic
rats
mouse,
swimming in the
okay?
sewer? Come on.
Well, give me
They swim. They can swim. They can hold their
a
breath.
give me a Constitution save. Unfortunately, for this little mouse.
There's an air bubble that she has.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got like a
like a little air
little
bubble there
diver
on. Well,
suit. He has a little
well,
diver suit.
you know what? Just give me a Constitution save, please.
21. He has a
Oh,
little diver suit.
right. He has a little bubble on his head, so he managed to. So Belle, swimming like right alongside of you in the water or on your person, your little mouse manages to stay alive, and this little like mouse has like a little bubble on its head, like kind of like just like
It's like
floating in the water.
water.
Yeah, basically like Sandy from SpongeBob. Yeah, it's like this little mouse is like a little bubble on its head. Belle, as you kind of swim down with everybody else, you are invisible right now, though, Belle and Sakura. You two are invisible. So the shark that is lurking underneath, as you all look down, Astrum, Pippa, you lead the way. As you all look down in the murky water below, even the little mouse that's just like floating around you, Belle, he kind of squeaks, squeak, squeak, and like this kind of just like a little noise as he like just kind of floats around in the water. But beneath you is this giant looming shadow that just kind of twists and turns underneath what you know is a giant shark. Astrum, you were ready for this. Kind of predicted or would assume that King Enon would have something like this. So you're a little bit more prepared for this to happen. But Pippa, you were actually the first one here leading the way. You cast breathing underwater to the rest of your team, and you're kind of heading on in. Astrum, I'm going to get to you in a second, but Pippa, as you kind of go on in, unfortunately, Amalia, Clive, Belle, and Halmon, and Astrum, and Wendeline, you were seen by the shark. Sirus, Sakura, and Belle were the only ones that managed to not be seen. So the shark immediately starts heading upwards. And this is what I'm going to need you all to give me a initiative roll, please. So give me an initiative roll as we start off our game immediately heading into combat with this giant megalodon who has spotted you in the water. It is murky. It is kind of really gross, kind of salt water right there. All of you also are at half speed, except for Astrum. You're at full speed. Which means that everybody, your movement speed is, like I said, halved.
And then can Pippa just say a few things to like reiterate what I would have said before we jumped in the water?
Sure.
So one, the water breathing lasts for 24 hours. So that's our time frame. But we need to get to the master before it's drained. That's like number one priority. So we got to get in there, get him safe. And yeah, if I die, then we can't breathe underwater either. So let's also keep that in mind. And that's what Pippa said before we went in.
So basically, just speak.
One water breathing potion. Anyone want Gibbs?
Yeah, Astrum, you have one water breathing potion.
I think Pippa can have water breathing up to 10 creatures. So I think I got the whole team.
So Belle, that's a 21 for you. Sorry, guys, I'm programming in the initiatives. 21. Molly, what did you get again?
26.
26. Nice. Good job, Amalia. Clive, what did you get?
Out of 3.
A 3. Not great. 22 for you. Halmon, you got an 8, right?
Yeah.
Pete. By the way, Hollywood, good to hear you. Have you back, my friend. We missed you last week. Sakura, what did you get?
10.
10.
Yeah.
Got you. And then Sirus, I'm going to give him, he's not here. Wendeline, when you have a moment, what did you get? Saucy, if you have a moment to roll, or if you're still busy, I know you were still kind of finishing things up at work. Okay, 13, and then blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. I'm going to give Sirus a 2 since he's not here. Boom, boom. Fantastic. As you guys can also see, below the giant megalodon shark is also 2 other shark man guards. They guard the entrance to the cave that you guys are trying to get into, to these underwater caves. So there are 2 shark man guards and then a giant megalodon shark kind of right there. So it seems that first up is Amalia, actually, as you are going to be the first one on deck in this fight underwater. So Amalia, your fire won't really work as well here underwater, just so you know. Just so you
I
are
rolled
aware.
a really high initiative this time, and like 98% of my spells are useless or will kill us all. So.
Well, also remember the main goal is to get the main goal. Yeah, the main goal is to get into that cave. So as you can see, that red triangle on the map
Well,
is the entrance to the cave.
Can we breathe in the cave if we get to it?
Yes, the cave does lead to like an underwater, like there's something inside that cave. So yes. However, Amalia, what would you like to do? Your main goal, once again, is to get into that cave and stop that master from being drained from whatever is draining it from its magic on the inside.
I'm going to try and use. So hang on. Would I be able to distract the sharks and draw them away? I want to try and use thaumaturgy to kind of distract them and pull them back to away from the entrance.
All right, so if you want to do that, you would obviously use that spell. You can do it underwater to create some type of noise or something that would attract them over in a other direction. But you would have to give me, I guess, you're trying to persuade them to go that way. So as you cast this, I guess deception, yeah. So give me also a nice deception roll there as you use that over there. How and you're trying to get all of them, all 3 of them?
Yeah, I was just trying to distract them so they'll start chasing it. I got a 30 on
Oh
deception.
shit! Okay. So you managed to distract them pretty good, and all the sharks kind of turn, and they kind of change their. Like once again, they hear like a noise off. What type of noise you make underwater, Molly? This is very strange for you, but what kind of thing do you do?
I would say maybe like what hunt sharks, I guess. Maybe like a loud noise of a whale or something to kind of draw their attention, like
Orca
away from the entrance and get them to move away.
Yeah, like some like type of whale noise off there. Sure.
Yeah.
So like they kind of look both that way. They're not paying attention. So the large megalodon, instead of heading now for you guys, he kind of pivots. I'm gonna have him just kind of turn over this way. So you definitely distract him. And the 2 shark guards, they're totally not paying attention to you guys now. They seem to have been totally tricked and staring off in the other direction. So Amalia, great job. They're not really now kind of engaging with you. But you can still do something else, Amalia. You can still move. So if you'd like.
I am going to start slowly swimming towards the entrance about as far as I can go, and just taking it really slow so I don't get their attention. Should I roll stealth?
No, I'm going to say because you distracted them with that high deception, I'm going to let you actually move without stealth right now because they're not paying attention. They're not paying attention to you. You literally have distracted them, and they're completely distracted by the sound over there, and they're not looking at you. So your speed is what? 30. So you can move 15 feet. So 1, 2. So basically, I'm going to put you right here. I mean, you can move yourself if you'd like, but that's about 15 feet, I believe. And 5, every square is 5 foot.
Okay.
Okay. So you would be about right there. Great job, Amalia. You managed to distract them. They're not going to attack in any moment right now. They're kind of distracted at the moment. So this giant shark, he's actually going to be over here. He's just kind of looking around at the moment. You distracted him. So right now he's kind of just distracted and looking around for something else. Definitely not you, but he doesn't see anything. However, Amalia, he is once again a little bit more. Once again, he's a large animal, so I'm going to give him a survival roll here. as he kind of is going to be looking around. But let's see. He doesn't pick you up. He doesn't pick you up. So he's kind of, once again, you've distracted this large shark enough, and he's moved over this way, kind of thinking it might be in this kelp reef as this giant megalodon like goes through like the seaweed on the ground. You notice that like the little different colored pebbles of sand like on the beach, they seem to be coming from the coral all around you, Amalia. You notice the beautiful coral reefs that are in this dark, murky water. That's where all these little kind of colorful pebbles seem to be breaking off of. Pippa, you are up next. So what would you like to do, Pippa?
I'm gonna tell the group, get into the cave. I'm gonna try to distract the shark further.
Okay.
So I want the team to try to like get in when they can. But Pippa, I want to do a sneak attack.
Yes. Okay. So you want to try to the shark is distracted. So you don't necessarily have to sneak. He's definitely distracted.
Well, just to make sure he doesn't know I'm coming up from behind him.
Wait. So that we're already not going to be attacked by the shark, but you're going to attack the shark.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, why are you gonna attack the shark right now when we can like squeeze by?
Yeah, we don't need to provoke
attack,
the shark.
Don't do a sneak attack.
I want the team to go ahead, and I just want to be last, maybe, to make sure if he does come, then I can do something.
You're the person that needs to get there first, if anything.
Yeah, you're the one that needs to get there first.
If you perish, we all drown.
Yes. How are we gonna get out?
Also, Pippa, you do have the blue stone on you, so you need to get into that cave, because the only way to release the master, Pippa, Halmon has the purple stone. We established that last time. Bell clocked that. And right now, Pippa, you have the blue stone. So you can attack that shark man. I mean, that shark man's still right there guarding the door. So
later, maybe I'll get my chance, but you're right. First priority, save the master, and I do have the stone. So, can I teleport then from here to the entrance?
I mean, yeah, you can teleport underwater if you'd like to, for sure. I mean, hey, Pippa, that's
You
good
can take
job.
people with you too, you know.
I mean,
if we all grab hands, you guys want to teleport?
I mean, you can grab right now. The only one I will say underwater right now, you can grab Bell and Astrum are near you. So I'm going to say that you can grab only those two at the moment in time. They're the only ones, Pippa, that are right next to you.
And Sakura maybe could grab the rest.
Well, Sakura's over there. She can do what she wants on her turn.
Okay.
I'm talking to you.
All right. You guys, grab my hands. Let's teleport to the entrance. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll grab Astrum and you said Bell?
Bell. And Bell, your little mouse, like, is going to quickly swim back into your hair. The mouse is just like, as it's just like trying to get back onto you.
I'll do my best.
Wait, hold up. So like you can only teleport like us two?
Well,
for right now.
So I'm gonna grab each one of your hands, and I don't think you can grab the other two in time.
Don't take me. I want to protect everyone else.
Okay, then you give me someone else. Okay.
Well, no, they're the only ones next to you, Pippa. Okay, it's only Astrum or Bell.
I'm just gonna take little Bell with me then. Get her away from this shark. Bell, come on, let's go over here. Let's go.
All right, so Bell, you've been teleported with.
She's gonna have to grab my hand though, because I can't see her.
Okay, so you can. She's like right next to you. I'm saying that Bell's within 5 feet, so you can see her next to you.
Right.
So Pippa and Bell, you teleport to the cave door. Boop. So Bell, you're lucky, and your little mouse friend and you and Pippa, you all arrive inside of this cave door that you can see, and you pop out of the water. Inside, there seems to be an air pocket that leads into these caverns. So, Bell, Pippa, you guys managed to get out of there. You're in the caves now. So, first group out of there. Good.
Can we roll like investigation to make sure there's no like traps or anything else around that can harm us or anything?
Right now?
Yeah, like an investigation. Well, right when we popped in there, just to make sure.
Sure, I'll give me one investigation.
15?
15, right now you're just in an air pocket, but you can definitely tell if you get out of this air pocket, it will lead down. You can tell, like it's a large hallway leading towards what you can assume is King Enon and the danger ahead. So, unfortunately, Pippa, there's nothing really in this room that's of any danger to you right now. Just little Bell.
All right, Bell, stay close. Hopefully the team catches up soon.
All right, so Pippa, is that your turn?
Yeah, if I can't go any farther than that, then I guess I'll stay there.
Okay. Belle, you are up. So you're with Pippa. So you're kind of over there now. Belle, it is your turn. What would you like to do? However, you and Pippa are kind of. She's just teleported you to this cabin door. So, or this cave door. What would you like to do, Belle? You can't really do too much right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's really anything I can do from where I'm at now. So.
All right. Yeah, that's really all you can do. So, Belle, let's just say like your little mouse is with you. Do you want to? By the way, do you want to name him, Belle? Does he have a name? Pippa, you look at the.
I was gonna say, can I see a floating mouse, or is he like invisible?
No, he's there. He's there. But Belle is invisible though. I didn't think about that. Oh shit.
Tiny little mouse. Or...
Okay, fuck it. We'll forget about that. But Belle, you are still invisible, so we'll just say that. And if you can think of a little name, Belle, try to think of the little mouse name.
His name's Victor.
Victor. It's like a little Victor. He like is still on your shoulder, all fat and pooped up. Now his fur's all wet. But okay, so Astrum, Mr. Hero over here. You're still back there now in the water. You pushed kind of Pip away from you, saying that you didn't want to go with her. What would you like to do, Astrum?
So is the shark currently like still distracted with something, or is he now looking at us?
Well, he's currently, because on his turn, unfortunately, he'd been distracted. So the shark currently is still distracted until his next kind of turn. That's what he's doing. So he's still distracted at the moment, and the two shark men are still posted at their guard. However, they're like looking off, seemingly also distracted by what's happening with whatever the shark is doing. But they're still kind of posted in the same spot.
Can I put them to sleep?
The guards?
The shark.
The shark? You can put the shark to sleep, I guess, if you'd like to. I mean, that's up to you, man.
Wait, hold up. Go back for a second. What did you say about the guards?
Well, the guards, you can also put them to sleep. They're just kind of posted up there. They're not paying attention either. They're kind of looking off to where the shark is. They're not really paying attention to you guys. They'll have to make a perception roll if they're going to figure you guys out later.
Okay. I think I'm gonna put the shark to sleep.
Okay. If you want to try to put down, you guys always want to keep these creatures alive. Halmon's like, kill it. But okay, if you want to,
I'm not even saying it's literally distracted right now. We all get a free dash.
We can get one dash in, and then we can try.
Yeah, you guys have. I mean, remember, you do have to make a dash. So yeah, I mean, Astrum, you have a faster dash than everybody else's, though. You can go at 50 speed because you have your regular speed plus 20. So that's kind of for you.
I can also teleport literally everybody.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
how long is he distracted though? Like, is he going to be distracted long enough for everyone to get in?
We would get one free dash action right now if we all just dashed.
Yeah, basically that's the answer to that. Yeah. So he'll be distracted
also,
for like the rest.
Also, Sakura and Clive can teleport everybody to the location. We have the range.
Three people.
Yeah, Sakura can teleport. We have to have people touching you, and you are underwater. So right now, if Astrum, if you move away, you would be able to move at a pretty good speed to make a dash there, closer to Amalia, a little bit ahead of her. And then Halmon is close to Clive, and Sakura is close to Pete and Sirus. However, Wendeline is too far away to teleport for you guys at the moment in the water. However, unless you make sure you say that you reach out and grab her and stuff.
I mean, we could all just hold our action, let Wendeline get close, and then boom, we're out.
That's true. That's true too. So
because priority is getting to this door before the shark turns around and says, "Oh, food."
Exactly.
Okay, so do you guys just want me to grab someone and make a dash for it?
That's up to you. That's up to you. Or you can just dash by yourself. It's up to you.
Or you could just wait for Clive.
You can also just wait for Clive too. You can
I know you're trying
to
have fun, but we're probably gonna have to need to use our resources later. So
okay, so
we got the boss inside to deal with.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just wait for Clive then.
Asked him, you're like, God damn it! I always want to do something cool.
You could have gone with Pippa too.
I do feel bad.
Save it for the guy save it for the tyrant who's ruling this town.
Yeah, I mean, you want to get him anyway.
The man.
All right, okay, well, Astrum, we'll get to you in a little bit. We got something for you later, as you know, anyway. So, Astrum, you kind of hold back. You know that Clive and your friends, once again, you saw Pippa teleported Bell there. You know the rest of this team can do that as well. You hold back. However, the Shark Man is up now. The Shark Man, the first one, he's going to make a perception and try to see if he can, he rolled very high. So the other Shark Man, he then notices you guys finally. He sees Amalia out there. Amalia, you're fucked. As this Shark Man then pulls out one of those arcane laser guns and he aims it straight at you, Amalia. Let's see if he hits. As he notices you floating out there in the murky water, he is going to indeed roll. Ooh, Amalia, you get a bad hit here. Unfortunately, you know that this is... Boom, 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 boom. Amalia, this arcane weapon is no joke. Oh, only 13 damage, though. So you take 13 hit points of damage. As he shoots it off through the water, and Amalia, the laser scrapes against your arm, right up your shoulder into your arm, and you feel that burn in the water. The bubbles sizzle like the boiling water around you. Amalia, unfortunately, you have been hit by one of the lasers. He has multiple attack, so he's going to do it again as he shoots you again.
Hang on. I have a
Yes.
thing. Let me see.
I have a thing.
I have a thing. Hang on. I have uncanny dodge. So if I can see the attacker, I can use my reaction to have the attack's damage against me.
So we have the what? So what was that?
I can half the attack's damage against me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then take that as half damage. Take that as 6 points of damage then. So 6 points of damage then. So as you dodge, you go try to dodge it, but the water still burns you as it goes right by your body as the laser burns and boils the water around you. It's still really hot and seems to burn your shoulder. But great job, Amalia. However, he's going to try to do it again. So he pulls out his laser gun again, aims it at you, shoots, and he misses, unfortunately. Shoots into the water. However, Amalia, it's too murky for the Shark Man to even see, as now in front of him is kind of this whole bunch of bubbles. Up next is the next Shark Man, and he needs to make a perception roll as well. And I'm going to say he broke a 10, so I'm going to say, sure. I'm going to say that he notices you, Astrum, and he is going to head towards you. Right here. Boom. And I'm going to use an action here as the Shark Man Astrum to try to hit you. And he shot a 12, so he misses you, Astrum. Shoots with his arcane weapon. However, does not hit, but he has multiple attack. Let's try again. Oh, that was almost a nat 20. And he shoots again, Astrum. However, it's another miss. He kind of then bares his large shark teeth in the water as he stares at you, trying to look through that murky water. However, Pete is up next, and Pete knows what's going on, so he swims closer to you, Sakura. He's like, Sakura! He tries to talk to you, Sakura, but you can't understand what Pete says. It just bubbles coming out of his mouth. But he's swimming towards you. You can tell he knows you're going to teleport him. Sakura,
I'm
you are up.
invisible. I'm invisible.
Oh, he's like looking around for you. He's like, whoa, Sakura! He's like trying to find you in the water. He has no idea where you are.
So I'm just gonna grab everybody around me except for Clive that I can.
Okay,
and I'm invisible, so they don't really know what's happening, but I'm gonna grab them around and then I'm just gonna teleport all of us to
Got him. So
where Pippa went to.
You got Pete, you got Sirus, and you got Wendeline. So, Wendeline, you just feel like yourself being tugged in the middle of the water. It's probably kind of frightening, Wendeline, but you feel just Sakura pull your arm as you get pulled next to her. Sirus also gets pulled towards you. He looks to you, Wendeline, and Pete's also there as well as you're kind of being huddled together in an invisible huddle. Zoom! Sakura, you teleport them. Great job. So, Belle, Pippa, right behind you, out of the water, pops Sirus, Pete, and Wendeline. As you guys enter the cave. Boom. Great job. Sakura, that's really all you can do right now.
Yeah. Also, what are we wearing again? Like all of our clothes are wet, right?
Well, you're technically you guys have all still been wearing your swim attire. Okay. So you guys still technically have that on. So you have that red and white striped swimsuit, remember?
Yeah.
So you guys still had all that on underneath like your white sundress and all that stuff. So yeah, you're kind of still wearing your bikinis. Yellow, Wendeline, you're in your yellow bikini. Pippa, you're in your pink bikini. The only one in something regular is Belle. You're kind of in your neon armor. You and Sirus are basically still wearing your armor.
All the water just leaks out.
Yeah,
all
Belle,
the
your
water
armor.
as soon as they teleport, it's just like splash.
And Belle, your armor is like being affected by the water element as well. So like all the neon is like more like a blue color, since the environment around you is obviously like the water. Wendeline, you're up. Stassi, you there? You able to? Oh, you just got teleported as well, Wendeline. So there's not too much you can do at the moment in time. But you've been teleported with Sakura to inside that cave. But anything you'd like to do, Wendy, or are you're chilling?
Is it worth it to try to roll an investigation? Like, I know you said like I can't do much, but I mean, can I look around? Would it help?
Yeah, I mean,
Should I?
Yeah, that's what Pippa just did. And so I'm going to say the same thing as Pippa. You can surmise when you get into this air pocket that once again, you guys have just popped open into this air pocket and it really only has one direction. You got to go Harry Styles. You got to go right, like one way down this kind of large kind of like hallway that is leading into a larger room. So Wendeline, unfortunately, you don't see anything else any different than Pippa would have picked up. But I mean, you're with your group. So there's that.
I'll just hold my turn for now, I guess.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Not too much exciting stuff here. Kind of just got to get to the location. Halmon, are you ready? You're kind of just going to wait around for Clive to teleport you, or what do you want to do, Halmon?
I mean, you said we're half speed, and I was already half speed, so yeah, I'm not fucking making
You're right.
it.
Well, I mean, you're in the
Come here, Clive.
Okay.
No.
You just like grab onto Clive. You just feel like Halmon's like he's like right behind you, like this dude. Like he's just like big, huge.
Our length of hair doubles and gets wrapped up in each other.
It's like, yeah, and then the dreads from Astrum are just nearby as well, just like slowly making their way into your
like
hair.
that scene from Finding Nemo. Grab your exit, buddy.
Yeah, basically yes. But you just never been so happy to grab Clive, except for Clive. But you should be hesitant because you're like looking around to see if you have like another red dot like pop up on your body. You're like,
oh shit! wait. All right, never mind. I'll hoof it. I'll go alone.
You grab his clothes.
Yeah, you can grab his clothes. So Halmon, you grab Clive, and Clive, you're up. So did you want to teleport him and Astrum?
Yes, but there's also the problem of Amelia being dead ahead of us and an open target.
She can handle it.
I was right about to say that. I was like, you go, Amalia.
She's fine.
By herself.
She chose to go on ahead. It's fine.
Was that Astrum?
I knew I should have put that shark to sleep.
Yeah. Astrum's like, God damn it. All right, so Clive, what do you want to do?
Listen, how about this? You teleport Astrum. I'll make my way over closer, and then I'll just kind of swim with her. It's fine.
Or here's what you could do instead. What if you guys just teleport by the cave? Not in the cave, but just by it. And that way you can help defend Amalia from a distance.
Well, Sakura, you're not here. So
Yeah.
They can't hear you say that.
Actually, Jay, if Jay would allow it, Clive could hold his action till Amalia's turn. She could swim back, because Clive does have to swim a little bit ahead just so he can get in range of... Here, I just got to move him.
Well,
he'll swim just about 10 feet, because he has halved for movement speed, so his spell can be in range of the cave entrance.
Okay, but you have to rely on Amalia then now swimming back to you. So Amalia, I'm gonna have you do a perception later. But Clive, if that's your plan, then yes, you can swim kind of a little bit closer to her if you'd like. But Amalia will then have to make her way back to you by doing a perception and realizing what you're doing. So if you want to do that, Clive, that's up to you.
Yes, actually, so he'll hold action, but he'll move about 10 feet ahead just so he can... Just let me measure that, what the rule would make sure.
In order to help, I'm going to take... I've had a +1 spear on me for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it. And I'm gonna attack Amalia to get her attention.
You're gonna like throw it at like.
Right. He'd be right there.
All right, I'll allow you.
Does a
I'll
26
allow-
hit?
A 26 does hit. So Amalia, you're like hit, like you like are hit as Clive. You move forward. I'm gonna allow you, Halmon, to
That's
like
12
use that as
damage.
your hit. Amalia, you get 12 damage as Halmon is chucked spear into the side of your leg, and you're like, like what the fuck? It's like a
turn
spear.
back to him. I'm like, what the fuck?
And I'm like
Halmon? What is
waving
wrong
her to
with
go
you?
come over here.
Is your
However-
aim that bad?
However, Halmon, I will say this. Unfortunately, as you do that, blood pours out of Amalia's leg,
God,
and
why
the
would
giant,
you do this?
the megalodon shark smells it immediately, and it is no longer distracted as it
I
smells.
was going to turn
Amalia.
around. I was going to turn around and
boy
look.
to
He
sleep.
is going to turn around and look at Halmon and just give him the biggest Snape, you idiot. Look.
Halmon,
She's
you like
already been damaged. That's not my fault.
well, technically, Halmon, she was just burnt earlier. No blood loss. Now, Amalia, however, you know that you can control blood, so that's interesting as well. So, Amalia, your attention has been grabbed. Clive, you've moved closer. Astrum and Halmon are still in the realm around you. Sirus, it's his turn up next. Wendeline, Sirus just gets out of the water and he helps you and Sakura and Pete get out of the water and next to up by Belle and Pippa in the caverns. That's what's going to be what Sirus does here.
He basically made Amalia like shark nip.
Yeah, basically we made Amalia bait. Amalia, however,
Bait.
you are up.
Alright, so first I am going to use basic bloodmancy to stop the bleeding in my leg, and then I'm also going to use it to control the blood that is in the water and push it towards the direction of like where I was distracting the sharks, so towards those like coral reefs it's next to.
Okay. So I'm gonna put like a drop of blood here. I'm gonna make like a red circle. Where do you want this blood circle to go? Like you said, over here by where he was over in the coral reef area.
Yeah, like can I draw one here? Let's see.
Okay, I put it on the map. Red circle there. You can move it if you want.
A little bit to the left.
A little bit to the left.
Yeah.
You said.
Yeah.
Over here?
Yeah, just kind of like in that corridor, so he kind of starts going. Yeah.
Okay. So you managed to use your bloodmancy magic to move the blood through the water. And Ashton, by the way, you've never seen this before. So Ashton, you're like watching from a distance as she uses the blood magic to go through this murky water, and it heads over to the coral reef area. And the shark seems to then, let's say once again, be slightly distracted by this again. However, we're going to get to that when we get there. Anything else you'd like to do, Molly?
Yeah, I'm going to swim back over to Clive and Halmon. But as I kind of get over to them, I'm going to kick Halmon in the leg.
just kick him in the leg. Just give him an unarmed. I mean, he only got one leg, so you're kind of fucking with him there. I mean, I'm
gonna kick him in the only leg he's got. So.
So
fucking try, bitch. Roll for it.
Is everyone all right? Is everyone in range?
No. Let her hit me. Let her roll for it. Let's see if she can do it.
Amalia, let's see how you
give me a second.
Give me an
Actually, you know what? No, I'm not gonna kick. I'm just gonna get out my dagger and I'm gonna stab him in the leg.
Oh, she's gonna take right where you stabbed her in the leg. She just
Stab
pulls
him
out a
in the
knife.
nub.
Ooh, yeah, in the nub. Ooh, that'd be fucked up.
Try.
Try.
That misses, motherfucker. Try again.
So, Amalia, you miss, but I'm going to say, Amalia, as you go to stab in the leg, you realize there's no leg there. You're just like, oh, fuck. Like, it just goes right through the area where
Can
his
I
leg
just hit her real quick?
No, come on. We don't need to fight. What are you doing? I mean, it's not your turn, Halmon, so the answer to that is...
Once we're back on land and I can use fire again, I'm going to torch your
You're
beard
going to
off.
be useful finally?
I'm going to torch it off.
Oh, just Clive rolls his eyes and then uses teleport to get them all the fuck out of there. I am
Well,
so Astrum.
before you can do that, Clive, it's the giant shark's turn. So, you tried to decept him with that. However, he rolled a nat 20 on that, so he's not decepted by the blood, Amalia. He can tell that you moved it. The shark knows where you guys are now. He knows the source of blood came from a certain area, and he's directed to go straight at you, and he's going to. So unfortunately, Clive, Amalia, Astrum, as Halmon, as you guys all little group together here to get that teleportation going, this Megalodon goes straight to you. And Clive, unfortunately, he's going to try to bite at you. So, Clive, I know you're trying to do your best here, but he is going to give you a bite. Clive, he hits. And unfortunately, you take 22 damage, Clive, as that giant Megalodon goes, "Ugh!" and he just bites right into your side of your thigh, Clive. You also now, unfortunately, Clive, are bleeding, which, as you know, is, I believe, it's 1d4 or 1d6 of damage every turn until you're healed?
I think it's D4.
1d4? Okay, let's say it's a d4. I have to check that. Halmon, you can double check for me if you want, bud, but right now we'll say 1d4. But Clive, you are also bleeding now. So he's bitten right into your side, this giant Megalodon like tooth. You feel it just go right into your side and just start tearing you, Clive. Unfortunately, you are also need to give me a strength roll to see if you are grappled by this shark or not in its mouth. So please give me a strength roll.
Halmon, if this shark grapples me, I'm going to kill you.
It only rolled an 8, so you have to beat an 8 on your strength.
That's just a saving throw, you said?
It's a save, yeah. I think. Or is it a check or a save? I think it's a.
That's a save.
It's a save, right? Yeah.
A strength save. Okay.
I know that's
You're
not
fine.
your forte. Okay, so you managed
16.
Okay, so that shark unfortunately didn't get what he should have. He had a plus on his strength too, but still rolled shit. So unfortunately, Clive, as you guys he's grappled you in his mouth. You managed to pull out, Clive, and the blood just kind of leaks out of the side of your body as a giant chunk of you is stuck inside of this giant Megalodon's mouth. But you managed to escape, Clive. However, it has multi-attack, and Clive, he's going back in. So I'm so sorry, Billy. Oh, you're hit again, Clive. Ugh! A giant chunk of you, Clive. Again, this Megalodon gets you 18 hit points of damage, Clive, as he rips into you again. And Clive, you're just barely hanging on to the blood. Halmon, Amalia, and Astrum. You see as Clive is just pouring blood out of the side of his body. Just nothing but red fills the water around you. And Clive, give me another strength roll. You got to see if he holds you or not. Oh! Clive, you are held in this shark's mouth. Unfortunately, my friend, you are grappled completely with a nat 20. Clive, you cannot
you can roll a nat 20, maybe.
Clive?
Technically, he could teleport.
Nope.
He just has to touch us, right?
It won't
Clive?
teleport over a certain size.
Unfortunately, Clive, you've been ripped away from your friend's grasps, and you are stuck inside of this Megalodon's mouth. Between its teeth, the blood pours out of your body and fills it. Its eyes widen like Bruce from Finding Nemo, and his eyes just like just dilate. As unfortunately, Clive, you are held and you cannot make an attack of any sort. We're gonna jump to the shark men because the rest of you are in the cave already, out of the fight. The two shark men are up next, and unfortunately for the rest of you, Astrum, I think you should have put that shark to sleep, buddy.
I knew it.
The shark man is going to come in immediately for an attack on you, Astrum, as he moves forward. And he's going to come at you with a... I'm going to use an arcane weapon on him. I was going to do flesh ripping or... No, I'm going to try to hit you with this arcane weapon. He misses. However, he's going to shoot again. And he misses. So, boom! Boom! He kind of shoots you underwater twice, asked him twice. Unfortunately, the shark man misses. The next one is going to move in from over here. And he is moving up. He can only go to here. However, he's going to shoot his weapon at Halmon. Halmon, he is going to shoot. Nat 1. Or sorry, that was a 7. Thought that was a 1. And then an 8. So Halmon, he misses you as well. 2 shots. Unfortunately, these shark men are not doing their jobs, so they fuck up each. However, it seems that Halmon, now you are up.
All right.
Clive, you see your friend Clive stuck inside of this megalodon's mouth. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna open his mouth and pull Clive out.
Okay, all right. You can. You want to do a strength here? Give me a
Yeah,
strength
I'm
roll.
gonna rage.
Okay. You get huge, Clive. You just see Halmon just in the water. Steam comes off of his body.
All right, where the fuck is it?
Give me a strength. We have to do a strength roll against each other.
See what you did, Holman. Now the shark is eating Clive.
It's fine.
It's fine.
With advantage, it's an 18.
Oh, okay. So you manage to pry open the megalodon's mouth. You pry it open, and you manage. I mean, you said you try to open it up, get him out. So you manage to pull Clive out of the mouth. Luckily, with that, and you managed to do it. So Clive, you managed to just pop right out of the megalodon's teeth. Halmon is holding you as blood pours out of your body, and it fills the whole area around you. But Halmon, you saved Clive. He's out of the mouth. Anything else
You're
you'd like
welcome.
to do? I'm going to also allow you, Halmon, to you can make an attack if you want, I guess, or is that just your movement? Or was that your no? That was your action.
Yeah,
So
that's my action.
Yeah.
That is my bonus action. My action. I'm not moving anywhere.
Okay. Sounds good to me. After that, it seems that Clive, you're immediately up next. So, Clive, would you like to then now teleport your friends? It's up to you, buddy.
Am I able to teleport all of them? They're all nearby?
They are all still near you. The shark didn't take you anywhere. You were still right there. So, Halmon managed to pull you out of the mouth, and Astrum and Amalia and Halmon are still around your now very damaged, bleeding body, but they got you.
Okay. Clive telepathically tells all who are nearby him to hold hands immediately. Then, gripping his staff, fighting through the pain, he teleports them using the magic of his arcane staff, teleporting them, fortunately, 60 feet. And let's see
Nice.
how he teleports them. Clive, he teleports them all to the door, to the air pocket.
So as you teleport them all to the air pocket, the sharks are kind of all like left in disbelief as you just seem to disappear from their environment, from their view. The bloody kind of murky water just floats around them from out of your gut, Clive. And all these sharks and the shark men, or the three sharks you were fighting, are kind of lost in disbelief of what's just happened. Where'd you go? As all of you have managed to make your way and make yourselves into the cave. When you guys get inside of these... Yes.
I just wanted to mention because that was a bonus action. That's what the staff can do as a bonus action. For his action, Clive is going to use one of his species traits and heal himself with Healing Hands for 17 hit points.
Fantastic. So, Clive, you put your hand on your stomach, and I assume you then heal yourself. You stop the bleeding. You manage to then heal yourself. You give yourself 17 hit points. Belle, Pippa, Sakura, Wendeline, Sirus, all of them you see as Halmon, Clive, Amalia, Astrum all appear inside of the cave as you all manage to then get inside of the air pocket. You all
Clive on the floor covered in blood.
Yeah, Clive is just covered in blood. So Wendeline, Sakura, you see that Clive has been badly damaged as the blood kind of just covers his body and he manages to heal up a wound. So just remember Sakura and Wendeline as healers. Clive looks pretty fucked up. But your team manages to regroup with each other. Before we move on, Astrum, you look down the large hallway that you know you guys have to travel through. On the other end, Astrum, all you can assume and all you know is that King Enon is indeed on the other side. So if you guys don't mind, before we do the break, I'm going to have a little bit of a flashback here with Astrum. So give me a couple minutes, guys, for me and Astrum to have a little scene, and I hope you guys enjoy it. As Astrum, you look down this long hallway, your brain then goes back to a memory. the first time that you really truly got involved with saving goldfish. The memory then transports you to back in Goldfish years ago, about 7, 10 years ago. You know, within the 8 to 10 year range. You remember hearing outside, down in Kokomo, we'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. Way down to Kokomo. And like you hear like different music coming outside. Kokomo, we'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. You hear this beautiful music being sung. However, you're brought back to the memory of your mother who used to sing similar songs to you. She was a fish woman and she had beautiful hair, long and black. When she had kind of a greenish kind of tint to her skin, but she was still beautiful. The memory that you have of her is that she was, perhaps to you, the most beautiful woman you've ever seen. A perfect mixture of fish woman and human. And as these songs kind of reverberate throughout your mind, you find yourself smiling, knowing that every day, for some reason, these shark man fucks keep coming into town again and again and again. However, Astrum, you knew that something was going to happen way too familiar that you've had so many times before. And as you're sitting on the beach, Astrum, your dreadlocks a lot shorter than they are now, more like cornrows that have been put back. The song is broken. Down in Coca. Ah! A large slap. You hear it in the distance. The woman singing it. Help! Help me, please! Stop it! Stop! Astrum, as you sit there on the beach, what would you like to do? Would you like to head towards the noise? Are you going to do anything? You want to sit there and watch? What do you want to do? Or what did you do?
Oh,
your mic's off.
Sorry.
There you go.
Astrum is going to recognize the voice. He's going to recognize it's his mom. And he's immediately going to shout out, Mom! And then head like straight there.
As you head and run towards the beach, further down, you can see that indeed a beautiful woman, however, not your mother, lays there on the beach. She seems to be protecting a young kappa. This woman is younger, a familiar woman, a younger version of Paloma. And she's in fact singing very much like how your mother sounded. And she's protecting the young kappa on the beach. You see a large shark man who's holding one of the kappa over like a ledge that leads down off a cliff into the oceans of goldfish below. He holds the kappa. You know this fish man as a large shark man named Nottingham. And he holds the young kappa over the ledge. Shut up! You know the rules! No singing! Enon sick of it! He notices you, Astrum. Looks like we got ourselves a hero! He looks at the kappa. What are you gonna do, hero? Fight me? Or save the little one? Astrum, you watch as he lets go of the young kappa and it drops from the cliff. You have one decision you need to make, two choices. Astrum, in this moment, did you fight Nottingham? Or did you make a dexterity save and try to capture the kid?
Try to catch the kid.
So Astrum, immediately you look down at Paloma. She moves her purple hair out of her face and looks up to you. You've made your decision. You run straight after the child. I need you to give me a dexterity save here, please. Even in flashbacks, just like we did when we had Halmon and just like when we did when we had Sett. You guys have to make choices. Astrum, you jump off that cliff, my guy. And your first save of Goldfish, you capture the Kappa. You capture him mid-air. You hold the little turtle boy in your arms. However, you slam down on the hill and you go down. You keep rolling and rolling in a ball and you manage to then fall into the water. But you look down and you've saved the young Kappa boy. He looks up to you like, thanks, mister. Thanks. And you look back up the hill as Paloma looks over the edge. Oh my God, you did it! Thank you! You hold the little Kappa child in your arms as his eyes are full of tears and he's just so excited to be alive and be saved. However, you can hear Nottingham laughing as he leaves the area. And he just kind of like echoes throughout the air, just like the other fishmen, just like all the other villains you guys have met before. Their distinct cruelty to the people around them, just like kind of what we're going through here in LA. People being treated like shit just because of who they were, and people seemingly not caring. Astrum, your memory then fades as you look down the large hallway that you know King Enon and Nottingham are down. This is your shot. After 8-10 years of watching this gang grow and grow, here you are. So Astrum, before we go on our quick break, give me your thoughts. What are you thinking as you're about to head down? Anything you want to say to the group? You stand closely right now next to Clive, Halmon, and Amalia at the moment.
So, for starters, Astrum is going to think about the fact that this is like his moment to finally take down King Enon and not after so much has happened. But he's also going to look back at the group and he's going to think back to the days of his father when his father would fight with the ocean fighters and try to do exactly what he's doing now. And he thinks about that and he looks at the group that he's with now and he's like, this is it. I'm finally picking up where Dad left off and I'm going to avenge him.
So you're thinking that as you stare ahead. Astrum, do you want to lead the way? Do you want to take the first steps down the hallway to lead the team there?
Yeah.
Okay. So does the rest of you, Belle, Pippa, Amalia, Clive, Halmon, Wendeline, everybody in the group, Sirus, you watch as Astrum then starts making his way straight down this dark, narrow hallway towards the inevitable fight. We're going to take a quick break there, guys, and we'll continue and see what happens after this little break. So, enjoy the break. There's some new music and new art for you guys, as well as a lore recap. And Astrum, let's head off and see what you do, my guy. Let's see if you win the day or if King Enon wins the day. We'll be right back, guys. Halsworth then turns back to Amalia after hearing Clive and you, and he says, well, it's a shame, Amalia, that we couldn't have ever had our families finally get together. My son could have been a suitor for you. I know he's young, but we could have made that work.
Okay, I'm gonna really need you to stop saying things that make me want to gag. Like, please, let's just get past that part, can we?
That's what your mother used to say to my father about the things he made her do. Interesting.
saying that you're the coward through the projection.
Hey guys, welcome back. And as you know, we're always promoting stuff here at Spicy and Dicey for the Dirty 20 Die Shop. That's right, it's a D20 Die Shop over here. You can go help our friend Sierra and buy some of her merch. Check it out. Do it now.
I got a fire burning in my veins, a power rising that I can't explain. We're a force of nature breaking the chains. Together we'll ignite the skies with flames. We got the spark, we're lighting it up. A world to save and we're never giving up. Side by side we're stronger than they know. With magic in our the spark, we're lighting it up. A world to save and we're never giving up. Side by side we're stronger than they know. With magic in our hands, we're ready to go. The stars align, we feel the call. We're rise together, we'll never fall. The universe is ours to defend. This is the start, it's not the end. We've got the spark, we're lighting it up. A world to save and we're never giving up. Side by side, we're stronger than they know. With magic in our hands, we're ready to go. We're ready to go.
And now, a little bit of a lore update. As you can see, we have stumbled upon one of the masters, known as the Sea King. The Sea King is probably the most mysterious of the masters and dwells deep in the ocean, known for its peaceful nature, and back in the day more so as a healer. Some people now pray still to this day to the Sea King as a god lost in time.
All right, guys, the new map has been pulled up, and we're going to, you guys can see it on the D&D thing there. Now you guys are all going to be moving into a different kind of battle. As you know, you had only about 5 turns until this thing was going to be drained of all of its magic. So you need to somehow figure out a way to stop. As you can see, there are 4 cultists, those fishmen there. As you enter this cave, all of you can see, as you enter it, 4 occult fishmen seemingly praying. They seem to be charmed. Amalia, Clive, you can, and even honestly, Wendeline, you can pick up right away that they are using arcane magic to siphon the other magic from the master statue. That large circle there, the blue one out there, that is a large whale statue that you all see as you enter this cave. Clearly the master statue that you need, as the blue magic is being literally siphoned and sucked out of it. Clive, I know that you already know this, but you can tell that they are chanting ritualistic spells to do this. They seemingly are hypnotized or charmed. So these fish folk have no idea what they're doing. They're just saying a prayer seemingly over and over and over again as the magic is being siphoned out of the statue. Astrum and the rest of you all clock that there are 2 others in the room. A giant, large orca whale man. He's like an orca human hybrid, and he wears like kind of a large, like kingpin style suit that's almost bulging off of his body, and he's really large. And also another large, super evil, just gross, disgusting, bulging shark man by the name of Nottingham. Astrum has mentioned him before, as well as King Enon. You can all as a group surmise these are who these people are. And Pippa, the blue stone that you have immediately starts vibrating, just like the other stones. The yellow one that Sakura used with Clive. The red one that Amalia used with the Phoenix. Pippa. The blue one that you have immediately starts vibrating like crazy. However, you can see that this master is losing its energy. The magic literally being sucked out of it is getting lighter and lighter. You have 3 turns, guys, to figure out how to stop it from being drained completely. So, as you guys enter this fight, I'm going to need you all to give me one more initiative roll for 1 second, guys. Actually, you know what? I'll just take the initiative rolls that you guys were already in. I'll just use those.
Hey, I just rolled initiative. I got a net 20.
Well, you know what, Clive? Fuck you. I'm sorry. I'm just going to use you guys' initiatives that you had. I'm so sorry. But you guys have made it into the cave. So, Amalia, I'm going to start with you again. So you have made it into the cave, Amalia. You're right there. What would you like to do? You have this whole kind of giant cave that you guys can get through, and you know what you have to do. So what would you like to do, Amalia?
I'm going to cast Dispel Magic and use it from where I know I'm going to use it on the spell that's siphoning the magic from the beast.
Okay, well, first you'd have to stop that. It's just it's kind of an incantation that they're saying over and over again. So you have to stop them from saying it. It's not necessarily you're just going to stop that spell because they're going to just keep repeating it again and again. So if you want, you're going to need to break their concentration, which means you need to find where the spell is coming from first.
Can I do an Arcana check to see where it's coming from?
Yes, please give me an Arcana check. Fantastic.
23.
Oh, 23. Oh, yeah. Sorry. That was your initiative. As you got a 23, I mean, that's still really good. You notice that it is indeed coming from King Enon across the way. You can see that he is the one that's where the magic has been, that's where it's come from. He's radiating. He's the only one that could really cause that spell.
So wait, he's using the spell to siphon his own? Like, what's going on here?
No. King Enon is not the whale. King Enon, the whale there, that is King Enon. He is an orca whale man. He is using a charm spell to make those people say a spell, which is siphoning the magic.
Gotcha. So big whale guy making all the fish dudes do his thing. Okay.
That's right. In layman's terms, yes.
Let me
Amalia,
see.
to magic, make
here. You see how far I am. Let's see.
So you need to break his concentration.
Okay. Yeah. I am going to move a little bit, like right here. And then I am going to cast Lightning Bolt, so he'll need to make a Dex save of 18.
A Dex save of 18, okay. Let me get it on him. King Enon, You guys aren't supposed. By the way, these stats aren't what his are. These are the things that are programmed in. I have the programmed stats for King Enon specifically on my end. So when you guys see this stuff here, the everything here has been changed. Just so you guys know, this is just the programmed one in. I have my own as well. However, I think I might stick to some of this stuff too because he's pretty good. So he made it's a Dex save. You said, bless you.
Yeah, Dex save of 18.
Okay, Dex save of 18. Damn, he only got a 3. So fuck, he's been struck by that lightning. So he takes that hit.
Okay.
Give me the damage.
28.
28. Fantastic. So he takes
That
28
to break
damage.
his concentration on the spell too?
I'm gonna have him do a wisdom save here first, and if he does not break if he does not get a 15, then he will lose it. So that is 28 here. Damage done. Okay, so he needs to make a wisdom save. He's got 0 on that. 20 though, so no, his concentration still held, Amalia, as he manages. He gets shocked, literally, as he takes the hit from the side, and he takes the electric bolt, takes the damage, but he manages to keep his spell active and going. He goes, "Who's there? Who the fuck is there?" As he kind of like leans back, this giant orca whale man sits up and looks across the way. He immediately sees you, Amalia, and the team behind you. He spots Astrum. Fucking hell! I was wondering when you'd show up here, Astrum. Good to see ya. Now get the fuck out of here! So, Amalia, you've kind of gotten King Enon's attention. However, it seems that Pippa, you are up next. So what would you like to do?
I want to go save the master. So can I just like go teleport to it and get it out of their spell by grabbing it, or?
No, you have to break those guys' concentration. Their charm spell needs to be broken.
So then Nottingham is the one that's in control, right?
No, King Enon.
Enon. Okay. Well, if that's the only choice, how far am I?
You're back here.
My map won't load. Oh wow, that's so far. Well, then I guess I'm gonna teleport to, or I don't know if I should go for. Well, you said King Enon. I can't do Nottingham. Like nothing's gonna help if I get him, right?
No, but you can go to King Enon.
All right, can I teleport to him and bring out my...
Boom.
Right as I teleport, can I literally stab him with my 9 live sword?
What? You're taking out... Wait.
Yo.
Wait. So he's pulling out... So, Pippa, you're going to see King Enon, and you pull out your sword of 9 lives.
Yeah. Am I close enough to bring Astrum with me?
You want to bring Astrum with you? Yeah, you can teleport him with you.
So, like, we have
Let's go.
Okay, so Pippa, Astrum, you teleport to King Enon. Pippa, you take out your sword of 9 lives. You have 9 chances to use this at the way I think you're about to only, though.
Mm-hmm. Correct. And he's got to make a dex save of 15. And as I pop up with my sword, Pippa's going to be, because I'm holding Astrum, I have my sword right about to stab. How dare you try to kill this beautiful master for your awful weapons? And then right stab to the heart.
So, Astrum, you and Pippa just teleport right there. Pippa, right next to you. Pippa, you're going to take out your... You're going to use it?
Yeah, I'm going to bring out my 9 live sword. I forgot what he sounds like.
So he's just like, ha! So they're like, Astrum, you see as Pippa whips out her giant sword. She's teleported you right next to him. And the 9 live sword, so I'm going to keep it still animated. I know it's not, but do you want to animate it really fast so it talks to?
Yeah, I do want him to talk, say something cool.
Okay, so you take out the sword. He goes, I'm thirsty for blood! As this giant,
9 live sword, go after him.
Okay, so you're going to use the sword of 9 lives.
Astrum, do an attack. I don't know, can
And what is it? Is it a wisdom save? Or what is it?
It's a dex save, I believe. Let me go check. I believe it's a dex save. Where is it?
Okay, well, he failed.
Ooh, yeah.
So Pippa, fuck you guys as a team. This is what I mean. Halmon, that's what I mean. What am I supposed to do with this, Hollywood? What am I supposed to do here?
Let Pippa have an awesome kill for once.
All right, so Astrum, Pippa stabs King Enon straight up into the heart with the sword of 9 lives. You watch Astrum as Pippa just shoves the sword into his chest, and the giant orca whale just goes, Hah! And immediately his life is just sucked out of his body, drained immediately.
As that's happening, I definitely want Astrum to say something along, like he's watching the life leave his eyes, and he's like, I told you I'd kill you, you overcooked fish stick.
As he just kind of gets smaller and smaller, he then looks to you as his life drains and goes to you, Astrum. You didn't kill me. he looks at you, Pippa. Cheated. And his body just kind of gets more dehydrated, and Pippa finally got in a fucking OG kill.
I know,
but
I actually wasn't sure that was gonna work or not. That's why I brought Assy with me. I was like,
okay, well, you managed to kill a big boss here, and I didn't expect you to use this 9 live sword tonight. So I, once again, thank you guys for ruining my fight. But you managed to drain the King Enon with your Sword of 9 lives, and the giant Orca man falls down to the ground. So Pippa, you managed to drain him completely of his life, so he falls to 0. Belle, you are up next. The charm seemingly has been broken all of a sudden from the 4 cultists that stand around. However, there's still a large shark man blocking you guys, Belle. This is Nottingham. As he looks back to King Enon, he goes, "Sir, no!" And he turns back to the group and looks at you. "You're gonna pay!" And he kind of just points out a large, laser gun straight towards the group. Belle, you, however, are up. What would you like to do, Belle?
Okay. So what near me? The Nottingham is that big shark guy?
Yeah, he's right in front of your team. The one that's right there.
Okay. I'm gonna do what Belle does all the time. You know?
Okay.
She's really good
Hey,
at
that's
it.
what you do. Yeah, you are good at it. You never miss.
The
eyes.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Boop. 24.
24 hits. Nottingham. Yes, you hit Nottingham. Yes.
Okay. Next one on, and then I'll roll all the damage. 11.
Okay. 11 does not hit.
Okay. And then the last one, definitely did not hit. Okay.
Yes, you got one. You got one hit.
So 15.
15 damage. Good job.
Dun,
You make it a special arrow, right? One of them.
yeah, but I was trying to see. Hold on.
Very good job tonight, guys. By the way, you're doing everything once again. I'm trying my best. You guys keep doing things that are good gameplay. Almost. Almost. Kind of almost fucking Amalia up there. Well, I think somebody just got into a car accident outside, by the way, guys. Somebody, I'm pretty sure, just
Oh my gosh.
did something wrong. Yeah, I can hear it outside.
It's
Somebody
a
just
protest.
crashing. Yeah, it might be. No, it's actually really quiet out there because the curfew. It's really dead, eerily quiet out.
Huh. I don't see it anymore on there. Oh, wait. There we go. Is there anyone else within 60 feet to hit, or no?
No, I mean, you can kill those cultists if you want, but they were just hypnotized, so I don't really. They're just kind of
okay,
in a
they're
daze.
fine. They're fine. Carry on.
Carry on. So, Belle, you managed to then shoot off. You're standing also. Belle, I'm going to have you notice that you happen to realize you and Halmon are standing next. As you can see right now, Belle, you're standing on a giant pile of treasure. It seemingly has been, all of you notice that this giant pile that Belle you're standing on and Halmon that you're next to, it seems to be a lot of collected treasures that the Fishman and that King Enon has gotten.
Treasure!
And Belle, you can tell that there's about... Halmon, you can also tell there's about 10,000 gold here.
I immediately whispered about. I look at her. I look at the gold. I look at her. I look at the rest of the group. I look at her, and I signal just to me and her, just
Victor's already crawling down and grabbing pieces of gold and coming back up and putting them in my pocket and going back down and grabbing a piece of gold and putting it in my pocket and going back to
He's
just making his runs.
So just this little mouse is running up and down your body collecting pieces of gold. So Belle, you managed to do a little bit of damage to Nottingham and he got fucked up by it, but you managed to then now collect the gold. So I will say that Halmon and Belle, you both can add 5,000 gold to each of your guys' things.
I'm like, not a goddamn word, Bell. And I tap her up.
But you guys managed to get 5,000 gold each. However, it is Nottingham's turn, and he is fucking upset that you guys just killed King Enon. And once again, Amalia, you're right there. So he comes in just swinging with a sword. He's not even using his arcane weapon. He's just going to swing at you. So, Amalia, he's going to swing at you. I'm going to have him use this as an attack. He does not hit you on that one. But he's going to hit you again. Amalia, what's your armor class? He hits. He does hit that one.
But I have the uncanny dodge, so it'll half the attack.
Okay, so half damage. You're going to take 10 points of damage. So you take 10 hit points of damage as he swings at you with his blade, but he still has his arcane weapon out. As his bonus attack, I'm going to use this as a bonus action for him. I'm just going to give it to him as a DM. He's going to use a bonus action to be able to use his laser gun. Here, he swings at you, Amalia. He manages to hit you. You take the half damage, but he's going to point straight at you, Sakura, with the laser gun. So let's see if he hits. Ooh, Sakura, you are hit. Because that's with a +9. And Sakura, I'm so sorry, darling. You take...
No.
37 hit points of damage. So Sakura, he aims that laser beam, boom, and it shoots you back. And Halmon, you watch as Belle's surrogate stepmom just takes a hit straight to her abdomen. And Sakura, it stings like a bitch. As you know, these arcane weapons can hurt gods really bad, Sakura. So this fucking stings you like crazy as it hits your body. And you just take 37 hit points of damage. But that's all that Nottingham can do at the moment in time as he runs up tier to Amalia. That's all he can do. Astrum, you're up. You see that King Enon's body lays on the ground, smoldering in front of you. And luckily, these fishmen have been stopped from their charm. So what would you like to do, Astrum? What would you like to do?
So Astrum at this point is kind of like, he's a little bit messed up by King Enon's last words, because his last words were, "You didn't kill me, she did." And that bothers him a little bit. So at this point, he's kind of like enraged, and he wants to get to Nottingham at all costs, because he's like, I failed with one of them. I promise I'm going to get my hands on the other one. And he's going to try to get over there to Nottingham like as quickly as he possibly can.
Okay, so you're gonna you have your full movement speed, so you can get there in 30 feet. So let's see how far that is. How far are you? So you can get to about here as you kind of head over this way. You can get there 30 feet. However, Astrum, as you're making your way there, this is a special condition because you are a fishman. Give me a wisdom check here. As you make your way, you're running straight towards Nottingham. You're gonna get him. However, give me a wisdom check.
Wait, hold on. Was it supposed to be a save?
It could be a save. I'll let you try a save too. That check wasn't great, so I'll give you a save as well. I'll just fuck it. I'll just give you like an advantage here. Because you are a fish man, so I'll give you an advantage on this one. That's a save with a 1. That's even worse. So let's go back to the checks and take the advantage on that check. Because that's bullshit. And I want you to roll well here. But if you don't, you don't. But I'll give you one more advantage on this one. Bless you, bless you. 10 again? Damn. So, Astrum, as you're I'm going to give you this. You roll the 10. So it's not what I want. You needed to go over a 15. But I will say, as you run by that large master statue, getting towards Nottingham, you feel an energy coming from it. Like it wants to communicate with you. Something is like some of that arcane magic they were siphoning. It seems to want to come out to you. However, you kind of run past it, unfortunately, and you don't really realize this at the moment in time. And you kind of just pass it. However, you still have the ability to make an attack here if you'd like, or a spell. So what would you like to do?
All right, since I got to do a distance spell, I'm going to go ahead and do Starry Wisp. Try to hit him with it.
Starry Wisp. So you take out your spell, of course. We've heard that song before. Give it to me.
One second.
You're good. Make sure you use the attack right. Everybody's app sometimes glitches. You got to take a second to get there. On that one, unfortunately, Astrum, you do not hit. As you lean in, you try to give a Starry Wisp, but there's a Fishman in your way. You do your best, but Nottingham is just out there with Amalia. And however, you can't get a good hit on him. But you're making your way there. So Astrum, you're making your way downtown, but you didn't make it, unfortunately, there. The Fishman are up next. These ones kind of run and scatter. This one kind of runs past you, Pippa, this way, scared for his fucking life, and he runs this way. This Fishman kind of dives into the water over here and makes his way off into the cliffs over right here. And that's going to be their turns. Pete is going to run over this way, trying to make his way towards the other Fishman arcane stuff on the boat. He goes, guys, there's weapons on the ship. We got to destroy them. As Clive, Pete kind of gestures to you, and he points to the arcane weapons that are on the middle of the ship, clearly made by the siphoned magic. And he kind of points to you. So that's what Pete's going to do. Sakura, you are up next. Nottingham is in front of you, as well as the arcane weapons that need to be destroyed. What would you like to do, Sakura? When you have a moment.
Okay, I'm gonna just give him the good old witch bolt.
Give him a good old witch bolt. That's fine.
Yes.
Give him a witch bolt. So you send the witch bolt straight at Nottingham. Boom! Give him that damage.
I got a 20 to hit.
You hit.
And then the damage.
Strong damage, I'm assuming.
84.
4, Jesus Christ. So he's brought down quite a bit. 84 hit points. He's not dead yet. But Sakura, you've hit him pretty bad. Boom! As that witch bolt shocks Nottingham. These are a little bit stronger villains, guys, so they're not that easy. So he manages to take the hit, Sakura. However, he kind of just absorbs it in as he takes the big blow. He goes, and he takes the blow, but you have damaged him pretty bad. So Sakura, Nottingham kind of then shakes it off after that. You can also move still, Sakura, or do a bonus action. So what would you like to do?
I'm gonna use my channel divinity to heal myself, and I can heal myself up to 50, but I don't need 50. I only need 37, so I'll give the rest to Clive.
Yeah, give it to Clive. So you use 37, and so I guess that leaves, what, 13, I guess, for you, Clive?
Yeah.
Boom. So Sakura, you heal yourself. You can give yourself 37 hit points back. Clive, you can give yourself the other 15. As Nottingham stands there holding his new wound, like, and his giant, shark teeth just bare and look to the group. However, he is fucking upset now. But Wendeline, you're finally up again. You have a couple things to do, Wendeline. Nottingham is right in front of you, or you can help get these fishmen out of the room, or you can blow up and help destroy those arcane weapons on the ship. So, Wendeline, what would you like to do?
Let's see where I'm at real quick. Hang on. I just had the map open. Okay, so we're all okay.
So you're kind of you're up there by Clive and Sirus.
Yeah. Can I? No, that's considered an action. I was gonna do a 1-2. Because I was trying to try to get closer to the weapon, see if I could fuck around with it.
You can get there. You have 30. You have 30 feet. You can move. So if you want to try to get to the weapon, you can. However, Nottingham has the ability to attack you if you try to get there. You would have to pass him. So.
Interesting. Okay. In that case. Oh man. I had something. I'm so sorry. I was not prepared for this.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Take your time. You guys have time to. You have a lot of stuff to do tonight. I mean, you guys managed to stop the master being siphoned in the 3 turns, so that's good. He's not being drained. So you already did that. You've taken down King Enon thanks to Pippa. So, Wendeline, it's up to you. What do you want to do?
I am gonna cast Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray, okay. Try to hit Nottingham. Go for it.
Yeah.
You got 3 hits.
Wait, I just lost it. Damn it. Okay, there we go. So, boop.
Boom.
That
You
was
do
a
not hit with the first
13.
one.
Okay. Next one is a 27. Does that
do.
hit?
You do hit with that one.
And the next one
And
was
you
a
hit with
20.
that one. You had to break an 18. So great job. You hit 2 of them. So give me 2 damage.
First one's going to be 4 points of damage.
4 points. Fantastic. Boom.
And then the
Hit
next
with
one
some
is 7.
golden fire. And 7. Boom. 2 hits of golden fire. As you send them all out, but Nottingham then takes the 2 hits. Boom. Boom. Wendeline, fantastic job. As you give him more damage, he's slowly going down. He's a bastard, though, as this fucking giant shark man just looks to you, Wendeline, now. His kind of red, beady eyes, different than the other ones that were black. His are more like a dark burgundy red, and his giant yellow shark teeth kind of grin at you. Wendeline, anything else you'd like to do? And what, shark man?
And what? And what? I don't know. I guess I could do a bonus action of some kind, but I don't really... Let me see what I got.
Yeah, you can look what you got really fast before we move on, because I think Halmon, you should be up next. Halmon and then Clive.
Would a boomerang throw count as a bonus action?
Yeah, you can actually use that. I think your boomerang you can actually use as a bonus action. I believe you can.
I haven't used them in a while, so I'm going to throw my boomerang just for fun.
You either turn into a wolf or throw your boomerang, so might as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot I could turn into a wolf. It's been a while for that, too.
Yeah, you haven't done that, I think, in like a couple since you're on the beach.
I haven't needed to. Like, I'm in water. I don't want to be like a wet dog right now. That doesn't sound very cute.
Yeah, it's not very good smelling. So, give me that hit with that boomerang. See if you hit him again.
Can't I just, don't I just throw it? Well,
yeah, you got
how do I?
The hit. It should be in there.
But oh, that takes it out of the inventory. I don't want to do that. I'm clicking it.
I don't know why it's not popping up. It's all right.
Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking in the inventory. Okay, here we go.
It's all right. Don't ignore that roll. Nice.
17.
You don't hit on 17, unfortunately. So you throw it, but unfortunately he blocks it with his shark arm. Your boomerang bounces off of it, just bounces back to you as he basically blocks the hit. But Wendeline, valid attempt. You hit him with 2 golden rays of fire, and unfortunately your boomerang got knocked off. But Halmon, as Wendeline finishes her attack, throws her boomerang, however it's knocked off, what would you like to do, Halmon? Nottingham is still ahead of you, as well as the giant arcane weapons that are in that blue box on that ship. It's up to you, Halmon. What would you like to do? You can either attack Nottingham or go help destroy those weapons.
I'm gonna roll deception to make sure nobody knows I just took 5,000 gold.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I don't think they were paying attention, but give me a deception if you'd like to.
Yeah. It's just 17.
Yeah,
you know.
I was gonna say 17. You managed to have you and Belle over there. I'm gonna say both you and Belle. You managed to block her with your body, and nobody knows what you two are kind of.
Oh wow, that sucks that there's no money down here. Man.
Pippa.
Oh well, and I'm gonna use my turn to keep looting.
Oh, all right. So Halmon, as you keep looting, you can give me an investigation roll here. $19.
It's a nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay. Oh yeah, it's 20. Yeah, 20 -1. So as you look around, you also manage to see that there's like a part of the arcane weapons that they were building, and it looks like it could be attached to something. Like as if this was applied to something, it might give it a boost. Like this stone can definitely be attached to a weapon of some sort, and if so, it might give it some strong abilities to do. So you managed to find an arcane stone.
I pocket that too.
So you pocket the shit out of it. It's the same thing that they use to give people basically that 4d10 hit when they use their arcane weapons. So basically that's what it does. So Halmon, you pocket it up, and if that's your turn, that's your turn.
Yep, that's my turn.
Clive, what would you like to do? As Halmon and Belle are over there kind of doing their own thing. You see Nottingham is right with the ball.
So would I be able to do a perception roll just to see why Halmon hasn't attacked?
I mean, yeah, you can always try to make a perception, see what they're doing.
Oh
yeah,
my god, there's so many enemies over here. Fucking. Don't worry, me and Belle have this. Me and Belle have this down.
Don't worry, Halmon. You actually are okay because Clive doesn't notice what you're doing over there at all. Clive, you just see that Halmon's over there. He hasn't made a move.
I have one fucking leg. I'm working on it, you bitch.
He doesn't see the pile of treasure that he's standing on.
Well, you guys can see that there's a makeshift pile of stuff, Clive, but unfortunately you rolled a 2, so you can just see that they're standing on like a pile of what seems to be junk to you.
You got a nat
Clive,
1. That's not a 2. That's a nat 1.
Oh, is it a nat 1? Okay, because you had a +2 on it. All right, so Clive, yeah,
Clive,
you can't,
I'm looking for a fucking
tell.
leg, man. I'm tired of this shit. Go focus on them. I'm good. We're good.
Yeah, Clive.
So Jay, would I be able, if I were to move, because it's within my movement speed, but if I were to go beside Amalia to get to the ship, would that provoke an attack of opportunity to Nottingham?
If you're within 5 feet of him, he can attack you. So, unfortunately,
Because if
anyway
Clive
you go.
skirts around, oh wait, is he? Yeah, if he goes right here, he'd be within 5 feet, but that he'd be behind Nottingham because Nottingham's facing everybody. Because that's what it measures to, 5 feet. Because he's just out of the 5 feet range when he's at the side, but as soon as he's behind him, then he would just be within 5 feet.
You know what, Clive? I love you, buddy, but no. I'm going to say that if you get near him within 5 feet, even if you're behind him, he has an opportunity attack. I'm going to say it's within any 5 feet. I mean, you can add a stealth roll if you want to it to try to stealthily see if you can get by him. But at this point, he's looking straight at your whole group. Wendeline attacked him last, so he's looking right next to you, actually, at Wendeline. So, unfortunately, Clive, if you move in his direction, he will get you if you go within 5 feet. Sorry, Billy.
All right, well, I'm going to try then. Clive is going to use his arcane magic staff. He points right at Nottingham, and we'll see if that attack. Hold on, what does it say?
Give it to me, Clive.
All right, let's see. Come on. 24 to hit. There we go.
You do some damage.
Action to empower the spells. Oh, okay, so it's activation. All right, so hold on, oh, okay, so the magic attack is 3d10. Okay. That was the bludgeoning attack I was looking at, the 1d6. No, it's 3d10 for the magic attack. All right, there we go. Yes. And rolling. So that is 20 magic damage. So Clive holds up the staff, it starts charging with blue lightning, and then says, "My turn, fish face." And he blasts it right at Nottingham to his face. Boom! Beam of 20 magic damage right to the head.
Boom, straight, just like that laser beam that comes straight out of your magic staff, just like the lasers, just like what Halmon has just kind of found. Halmon's is a little stronger than yours with a 4d10. Yours is a 3d10.
Hey, he doesn't know anything about that.
He doesn't, but I'm telling you. But so as you manage to give a giant scar, just like Zorro, right up through his eye as Nottingham grabs his eye and goes, "Ah!" And you've blinded him in one eye. So he's at a disadvantage now with his hits when it comes to anything with dexterity. Because you managed to fuck him up pretty bad there, Clive. As one of his eyes is now completely gone and blasted. Astrum, you see that the laser goes straight past Amalia and just booms right up into Nottingham's face. Great job, Clive.
Clive grins at him and says, "Hurts, doesn't it, bitch?"
And then Clive getting sassy tonight. Fucking Sirus.
Clive's not done yet. Yeah, Clive's not done yet.
Okay, I forgot. You always have a bonus. You're right.
Yeah, action surge. So he gets another attack, and this time he's not going to take any chances. Let's see. He's going to use one of his more potent spells, Negative Energy Flood. Now, Nottingham has to make a con save of 18.
Of 18. Okay. He has got a +2, so it's only a 15. So what did he get? What damage is he getting now?
Oh, this is going to be good. So, damage I'm rolling. That is 41 necrotic damage. So Clive then raises his left hand, and beams of pure black and magenta energy swirl out and go like arcing No, they look like razors, arced A razors sliding right there, and each one of them, for every dice, slashes right through his gut. And that was so it was 5 slashes just right through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of necrotic damage, and he just rots from the inside. 41 necrotic damage.
And he's taking the damage. Amalia, Astrum, even Pete, all of you around within like a 20-foot radius. Wendeline, Sakura, Sirus, Halmon, even little Belle. You can smell like the rotting body from within inside of him happening. You can just smell that rotting fish hit your like the nose. It's just terrible as you can smell Clive's spell hurting him from the inside. However, Clive, he's not done yet, guys. He's still around like 40 plus hit points. So he's not done. As you guys go back, it seems that now it is up to Sirus at the end with his last turn. And Sirus is going to also head towards, he's going to look at you, Wendeline, and he'll be like, I'll be right back. And Sirus then is going to head straight towards, actually, he's going to teleport. Sirus has that ability. And Sirus is going to teleport. I believe Sirus has teleport. I don't know if he does, actually. I'm going to cast wings on him, actually, because I know Sirus has that. And he's going to fly up in the air and straight for the arcane weapons. So Sirus is going to go grab those weapons with Pete over here. And Sirus lands on the weapons. And as his move, I'm going to have him try to push the whole thing of weapons off the ship. So let's do a strength roll. I don't know Sirus' stuff here because I'm not in the app on his thing right now. So I'm going to roll a simple D20 for Sirus. I know he has more than that. But just so you guys know, I'm just doing it for right now. Unfortunately, Sirus, even with his plus on his strength, he's trying to push it, but he can't. He calls back to Halmon and goes, Halmon! I need help getting rid of these things!
I'm busy.
He's like, Halmon! As he tries to like push the big thing off the ship. However, it's not going well. Right now, you guys do see, however, that Pippa, the fish man who's over here, he pulls out a large weapon, Pippa, and he aims it at you really fast. He's the only fish man that's going to attack. And Pippa, he's also holding one of the arcane weapons, and he goes, for King Edon! And he points it at you. This, however, weapon, Pippa, is a lot larger than the other ones. So, Pippa, I'm going to have you actually make a dexterity save here.
No, come on.
20. Good job, Pippa. You're lucky. As he shoots at you, Pippa, boom!
I dodge like the Matrix.
You dodge. However, as you dodge, Pippa, this is a DM thing I'm doing to you guys.
No.
The statue of the master is hit as it's directly behind you. Boom! The master, who I have their fucking health programmed in too, by the way. The statue takes an extra 23 hit points of damage. And the master statue begins to start to crack and break. Astrum, you can see that the statue begins to have these cracks that go all the way down the white whale body. Amalia, you can see from where you are that you can hear the cracks begin to go down the whale's large statued body as it begins to start to crack all over. You guys all watch as the masters and the statue seemingly is not doing very well. Amalia, you are the last move for the night tonight. What would you like to do, Amalia?
I just realized I was on mute. Sorry. I'm gonna look over to Pippa and Pippa, use the stone, free it now. And as I say that, I'm going to turn back to Nottingham next to me. And since he was blinded from Clive, I am going to go ahead and hit him with a burning hand. So I'm just going to kind of shove into him, and he needs to make a dex save of 18.
Okay, and he's got disadvantage. So dex save of 18, you said. That's already bad. So for shits and gigs, let's do another roll anyway. Both were bad. So he takes the damage. Amalia, give me that damage on Nottingham.
He's going to take 22 damage.
22 damage. Fantastic. He's not doing great, guys, but he's still up. So he takes 22. And he takes the burn. He's like, "Urgh!" As you once again you cook him on his stomach, Amalia, as you touch him, and you can smell now that rotting fish that you smelled before is now being cooked. So now it's rotting, cooking, smelling fish. It's terrible. And Amalia, unfortunately, it hit your nostrils. Give me a Constitution save, Amalia, as it hits you straight up into the nostrils. I want to see if you vomit or not, as it fucking hits you straight in the face.
I got 18.
Okay, so you managed to hold your own, Amalia. You're smelling that rotting fucking cooking fish, but you know the damage you're doing is doing so much more. Is that the last you can do, Amalia, or anything else?
That is it for me.
All right. Well, the last thing on the night for you guys is Nottingham does this. You're not the only ones that you can use fancy tricks! And he's going to use a legendary action as he points over to King Enon's body. Revive! And he uses a revivification spell as he points to King Enon. And Astrum, unfortunately, Pippa, unfortunately, everybody, unfortunately, the large Orca man's body then gets up again off the ground, the hydration seemingly coming back. Pippa, he's looming right above you. The big spot in his chest with the blade you just stabbed up through him that drained his life closes up. And unfortunately, King Enon then cracks his neck and goes, "Well, sweetheart, it looks like you didn't get the job done."
All right, Aspen's got it.
All right, so that's where we're going to end tonight's episode, as King Enon is brought back from the dead, and all of you are trapped inside this underwater cave with him, the Dying Master, and Nottingham.
Not the Dying Master.
So next week, let's see if we can finish this chapter and move on to the final arc, and we'll play some more D&D! All right, guys, thank you so much for being here again this week, and we will see you again next week to play some D&D. Mwah.